Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you already know, this is your U.S. General 5-drawer tool cart with side tray and deep compartment. Today is Tuesday. Okay, as you can see, we just now making it over to the storage unit. All right, and as always, state as usual, I always keep my signature lingering somewhere in the background. My Dunkin' Donuts coffee. You already know. Okay. Alright, the other day I did throw up a little short video, okay, as far as me obtaining a particular molding that I was going to use for the Husky magnetic cordless tool organizer, but unfortunately I found in its design when I ordered the item that it didn't have a 3M adhesive backing, so I went to basically use the lining in a different area of the card, as you can see, which I did explain in the last previous video. Okay, but I did in that particular video, I never actually put the lid down so that you can take a look to see, you know, how the trimming actually looks with the lid down. Okay, and everything does close nice, tightly, and firm. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little side shot view of that. Also, I hope everybody out there enjoyed their Memorial weekend. Okay, and as always, it was a blessing, a safe one for everybody out there. Okay. Also, in today's video, we're gonna go back a little bit. In the past, I have put out a little comparison against the Genius Professional boxing wrenches, testically compared to the Snap-on double flex head high performance ratcheting wrenches. Okay, but we're gonna switch up that comparison today because, you know, throughout the time when I put up that video, I didn't have the Snap-on 0 degrees high performance to do the side-by-side comparison with the Genius Professional boxings. So in today's video, I'm going to get all three of those items out. We're going to take a look at them, all right, and we're going to get to it. So walk with me. And just to give, you know, a little side visual, you know, with the side tray down so that you could take a look, okay, at all the linings and how everything lines up properly, okay, all the way around. All right, just want to throw that in real quick and to give you a visual of the opposite side with the cordless magnetic tool holder. Okay. Okay, now moving along, we're about to get into this comparison, like I said, with the metric extra long Genius Professional double boxing offset wrenches, and the Snap-on extra long high performance double flex head ratchet and wrench set with also the Snap-on 0 degrees high performance double boxing wrench sets. Okay, as a quick reminder, out there to Midwest Tool Review, that package is sent out there to you, so check your messages. The tracking information should be in your messages, just as well as Randy K also out there. Your package is also sent off, so take a look at your messages because the tracking information should be there for both of y'all. All right, so now let's jump into this comparison. We're gonna dive right in and get right to it. Let's get it. Okay, now as you can see, I have some items that are listed out throughout the top of the tool cart. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over here. As you can see, these are the Snap-on 6-piece metric high performance 0 degrees offset boxing wrench set. Okay, and the part number is XDHFM606. Okay, this is a metric set ranging from 10 millimeter to 20 millimeter here, okay, which is a 6-piece set. Okay, as you can see here, this is the metric Genius Professional double XL boxing wrenches. These are also a offset here, which actually comes with 3 different wrenches also. All right, then we're going to get over here. Okay, these are the extra long double flex head boxing ratchet and wrench set. by snap-on. Just as well as what you can see here is addition of the Milwaukee Max Bites. Okay, this is a metric 17 millimeter that I actually have sitting here also. Okay, but the part number on this snap-on set here is XFM 705, and the pouch number is PAKK B108. Okay, so I'm gonna get some things out. I'm not gonna go hard, with a tape measure and try to go into those particular type of specs, because I am holding a tablet in my hand, and it's not like, I have somebody recording, or I have a tripod stand or professional camera equipment around me. So, I just basically try to do the best that I can for the viewers, as far as, what I have and what I can demonstrate during the time. All right, so just stick with me. All right, we're gonna get to it. Walk with me, so let's get it. Okay, first starting off, we're going to start with the smallest wrenches out of the 3 sets. Okay, 2 which is snap-on sets, and the wrench that is sitting in the center is the Genius Professional Boxing double wrenches. Okay, the first wrench that you see in the front are the snap-on 0 degrees high performance sets, okay, which range from 10 millimeter to 11 millimeter. Okay, this is the first wrench in the set, and for the first wrench in the set of the Genius Professionals is a 10 millimeter to 12 millimeter. Okay, then in the double flex heads, as you can see, is a 9 millimeter to 10 millimeter. Okay, so you can basically get a comparison as far as the lengths. Okay, the 0 degrees snap-on high performance is the shortest out of the 3. Okay, in all of these comparisons, basically the double flex heads will over succeed all the other wrenches, basically in length, which you will see in due time. Another thing that I would want to point out with the Genius Professional double boxing wrench sets is that they come with 2 14 millimeters. All right, and it's set. If you haven't seen the last previous video, I will leave that video in the links of the description. If you never caught the snap-on double boxings versus the Genius Professional boxings, then you will basically see that in that demonstration. Okay. Okay, now moving along into the second wrench of each set. Okay, once again, the set that starts in the beginning is a snap-on set, which is the 0 degrees high performance. Okay, which starts at 12 millimeter to 13 millimeter. Okay, and then you have the Genius Professional that starts at 12 millimeter to 14 millimeter. Then with the double flex, as you can see, ranges from 12 millimeter to 14 millimeter. Okay, once again, the snap-on 0 degrees high performance is coming in shorter in length amongst the other 2 wrenches. Okay, the Genius Professional is basically still a whole lot much more longer than the 0 degrees. Okay, now moving along to the third wrench and each wrench selection. Okay, once again here, starting with the snap-on is a 14 millimeter to 15 millimeter. Then the Genius Professional starts at a 13 millimeter to 15 millimeter. Then with the double flex is 13 millimeter to 15 millimeter. Okay, so now, as you can see, stepping up in size with the 0 degrees snap-on offset. Okay, as you can see, the length in comparison now to the Genius is starting to tie up the margin, you may say, on the third wrench. As you can see, in size comparison, I'll try to get them a little bit more closer so that you can get a good visual. Okay, they're basically almost close, but this Genius Professional, as you can see, it is beating it and has slightly a little edge over the 0 degrees offset. Okay, now moving along into the fourth wrench in each set. Okay, the 0 degrees snap-on high performance is still in the beginning, which is a 15 millimeter to 16 millimeter, as you can see here. And then with the Genius Professional, here's the second 14 millimeter to 17 millimeter. Okay, and as you can see, the Genius double box hand still has a lead on the snap-on high performance 0 degrees offsets. And like I stated, that the snap-on double flex head, each of their ratchets basically over succeed the two other wrenches in length, period. Like, they're just basically longer. Okay, so as you can see, that at hand. Okay, as a quick reminder, in this demonstration, all right, right now we're up to the fifth wrench, okay, in this 0 degrees offset boxing wrench set, and the fifth wrench in the Genius Professional. Okay, testically compared, these two sets are evenly matched as far as how many wrenches come in the set. Right now we're down to the last wrench that we have here, okay, and the flex head double boxings from Snap-on, because they only provide 5 wrenches in that particular set. So I definitely want to point that out right there. So moving along with the 0 degrees, as you can see, we have a 17 millimeter to 19 millimeter. Then on the Genius, you have a 16 millimeter to 18 millimeter. Okay, as you can see back here with the double flex is a 17 millimeter to 19 millimeter. So this is the highest that it goes in size when it comes to the XL high performance snap-on double boxing flex head ratcheting wrenches. Okay, and as you can see, basically the Genius Professional in length is still beating out the 0 degrees offsets. Okay, real quick, what I would like for you to take notice, which I also demonstrated in last previous videos, as you can take a look at the corners, okay, to the Genius Professionals, which they are boxed off and that they are not rounded off. Okay, as you can see with the 0 degrees high performance, you can see their thin profile. Okay, testically compared to the Genius. These are technically not so bad, but you do have some individuals out there, where that they feel they're a little too sharp on the edges, okay, when being held in hand. And as you can see with the double flex head boxing wrenches, they also have the same slim low profile in its design, okay, which is rounded off, very smooth. The finish on these are very nice. Okay, so now moving along to the last wrench, 2 wrenches, okay, and the 0 degrees offsets in the Genius, okay, which you can see here is a 18 millimeter to 20 millimeter. And then on the Genius Professional, you have 17 millimeter to 19 millimeter. Okay, the Genius in length is still beating out the 0 degrees offsets. Okay, and the ratcheting wrench that's in the back is still the fifth one, because like I said, there's 6 wrenches on each of these 2 front sets, testically compared to the set that's in the back that only provides 5. Okay, so to give you a little quick comparison amongst the three, and it's three different thin designs. As you can see, the double flex head ratcheting wrenches, okay, the way that they're designed, I believe that they're slightly a little bit more thinner than the snap-on 0 degrees high performance offsets. As you can see here, the 0 degrees high performance offset, okay, is to the far left. The Genius Professional is still in the center, okay, so you can basically see the thickness in the Genius Professionals. I don't know if you can take notice, okay, to this snap-on 0 degrees high performance that's to the far left. But if you notice up here in this area, I don't know whether you can tell, but there's like a slight flex where it seems as if the wrench is tight curved here in this area, okay? But they are very sturdy, okay? They're a whole lot much more sturdier than the Genius Professionals. The Genius Professionals do put out slightly a little flex, but they put out more flex in their more smaller size wrenches. I believe it's the first 2 to 3 wrenches that are in the set. But basically, you would have to expect that because the wrenches are long, okay? And depending upon, you know, what type of force and what type of torque that you're basically putting on them, all right? So that's, you know, basically what that is right there. Okay, so now I just enlisted, all right, this Milwaukee 17 millimeter max bite, okay, in this slight comparison amongst, you know, the thin designs amongst the 4 different wrenches. Okay, what I noticed about the max bites, and this is not, you know, promoting the brand or anything like that, because like you already know, I'm not sponsored by no tool brands or nothing like that. I do these demonstrations basically with my own equipment. If you follow my videos, you would know that. You would know that every item that I've always shown, well, these items basically belong to me. Nothing's given to me. Okay. So what I do happen to notice is that with the Milwaukee Max Bites, you know, they are very smooth, okay, in comparison to the snap-ons as far as its design and how they're rounded off, you know, at its edges. Not for nothing, I have worked with these Max Bites for quite some time in a professional shop. Okay, so I do like them. I have them not just in the ratcheting set, I also have them in the open end combination max bite sets also, and they're big sets. Okay, they're 15-piece sets in ASAE standard and metric, and just as well in the tool cart I actually hold the 7-piece sets of the ratcheting wrenches, but I also have the 15-piece sets also. Okay, the bigger sets. I just be more enough waiting to get a more bigger storage so that I can get the whole layout of all my equipment, okay, in a one-shot deal. But you know, that's just basically what it is. But these max bites, you know, for the price range in the beginning when they first released these sets, they were quite expensive. They dropped a little bit in prices, so they are a little bit more reasonable now. But they are good wrenches. I have had good success with them when it comes to the max bite ends. Like, they do grip very tightly, okay. But just to show this little side-by-side comparison so that you can basically see, you know, the thickness between all four, which the Milwaukee is to the far right. Then as you can see, the second wrench is the snap-on double flex head extra long boxing wrench. And then in the center between that and the wrench to the far left is the Genius Professional Boxing, which is the most thickest, okay, out of the four. And then towards the far left, you have your snap-on 0 degrees high performance set, okay. Okay, another thing that I want to point out between the snap-ons, okay, and the Genius, which you can see the Genius is towards the front this time, and the snap-on 0 degrees high performance is the second wrench, okay. But what I want to show here is the comparison of its 0 degrees offset, okay, so that you can see that basically both of them are testically even, when it comes to that. Okay, so I do, I want to show that, as you can see. If you take notice, okay, to the snap-on set, all right, and if you take notice to the inside, it does appear to seem as if the Genius double box ends would be a little bit more aggressive, but I can't technically determine that just yet, okay? Because I haven't got an opportunity to work much with the snap-on set just yet. I have worked with the Genius Professional set in the shop quite often, but I definitely need to put these 0 degrees high performance to the test, okay? But you can basically see the in differential, okay? Okay, so that's pretty much going to be that, on these particular sets for the day. Just to run the part numbers to you again, okay? Which this is a snap-on set. And as you can see, this is a 6-piece metric high performance 0 degrees offset box wrench set. Okay, the part number is XDHFM 606, ranging from 10 millimeter to 20 millimeter. Okay, and then here you have your Genius Professional XL double box and wrench set. This is a metric set. These Genius Professional sets, they do provide this set also in SAE standard. I believe in the SAE standard set, I think that there's only 5 wrenches technically compared to the metric 6-piece set, or or it could be the opposite way around. I'm really not too sure. I just know that in one of the sets there's one less wrench, okay, than the other. All right, and here the part number on this set again is XFM 705. Okay, and everybody knows the Milwaukee Max Bites. Okay, whether in ratcheting or open end combinations. Okay, this is a 17 millimeter. All right. Okay, so that's pretty much, gonna be it when it comes to the wrenches in comparison today. All right. Another thing I want to point out, because I did state, when I did put this line in and for what reason why I did so. Okay, it's not to say, that this couldn't not had necessarily been maneuvered or used, but because I have my tool cart located at a storage unit, I don't actually have electrical supply, okay, but I would been had able to maneuver it in a certain particular way if I would have been able to use my heat gun. Okay, so that's just something to think about, just in case you do decide to get a non-adhesive stripping. Okay, it would be best if you did have a heat gun accessible to you, depending upon which your applications and as far as how you would want to lay things out. Okay, at this prior moment I still am waiting for another Husky magnetic cordless tool holder so that I can finish the modifications that I tend to do to this particular cart right here, as far as mounting 2 magnetic cordless tool holders to the back of the cart. Okay, so that the cart can basically hold 9 guns. Okay, then I'll be able to orchestrate some things and try to free up some space that's in this cart, because there are a lot of tools that are in this cart, but when it comes to the bottom drawer is mainly more occupied by blow molded cases. Okay, so I would like to get those cases out and get some other equipment into this particular cart. Okay, but that's just pretty much it, what I'm saying, and what it's gonna be on the day. All right, I want everybody out there to enjoy the beginning of the week and the rest of the week. Okay, to the next tool haul, next tool review coming. I do have some things coming along. Like I did state, I have some custom logos coming. Okay, tool cart logos, not decals, but actually logos for the cart that was ordered from the United Kingdom. I'm still waiting because it takes some time in international shipping for them to arrive, but soon I'll be receiving those. So once I get those in hand, I will be putting that out in a review. Just as well as putting certain things in the description as far as if you were interested, how you can search for it on eBay. Okay, because there are some specific numbers that you would possibly need to locate certain particular items coming from this particular seller online. Okay, so into the next one, going to check you later. About to get back into my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. You already know. Everybody out there have a safe and a blessed one. So peace.